Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. This is the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. This is Holiday Cocoa Chapstick. I picked it up at random. If I seem tired, I am. I am in a lot of pain. Had a long day yesterday and my back is not happy. And it has been affecting my sleep as well. Anyway, this is the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. I call it that because regardless of how we feel, y'all, we're going to do a video, and I am excited about today's video. You see from the title what it is, but what is the Crazy Troll Nation? Base face, that's not the Crazy Troll Nation. Well, because I skip around in what I'm saying. Milk Hydro Grip Primer, Rare Beauty 360 Foundation. This is the Fenty Eyeshadow Primer. The Crazy Troll Nation is just doing your thing. Being who you are unapologetically. Just like I skip around in my sentences, I do that in real life. So like what you see really is how I am. Not being afraid to be who you are. Not caring too much about, oh my gosh, like what would they think if they see the real me? Don't you want people to accept you for you? And if they don't accept you for you, they can SSR. Wait a minute, SSSR, yeah. Grace knows what that means. SSSR. If you want to know what it means, DM me on IG and I'll tell you. That came about in one of our late night, early morning chat sessions. She is my #1 late night, early morning chat bestie. Like we be having serious conversations. And there's a few other people too, but a few other people that we do have, you know, these late night, early morning chat conversations. And it's really cool because when you're nocturnal and you're up when most of the world is sleeping, it can be lonely. And not that I feel lonely, because I do find things to do, but when you come across a person that you can like actually chat with, you know, the wee hours of the morning, like that's special, because most people are asleep and stuff. I think, oh, I wonder how so-and-so is doing. It's 3 in the morning. I ain't gonna text them. You know what I mean? And so it just enhances my life to have people that I can talk to regardless of what time, day or night it is. But anyway, Crazy Troll Nation, just being yourself, enjoying doing your videos if you do videos, enjoying the channels you watch even if you don't do videos. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or even a certain technique. Wear whatever you want to wear and just rock it with confidence, because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, it is about self-acceptance and self-love. Loving yourself for who you are and for how you look even without face paint on. Embracing your natural features. Enhancing them if you want to, but never feeling like you have to. So that's the key. So this video is another collab with Gel Beauty 87, aka Grace. She had purchased the Glaminatrix, what was the name of it? I forget the name of it. In the dark palette, I think. And when I initially saw it, I thought that looks like Pat McGrath Subversive. And so here's what Subversive looks like. And she did send me a picture of the Glaminatrix palette. Did I tell y'all I'm tired? I can't even speak straight. Upon further inspection, looking at the palette, the picture of it, they really didn't look the same to me. Like when I first looked at it, I'm like, yeah, and then I'm like, no. But by then we had agreed to do a collab, and she did a look. She sent me a picture, and I'm like, okay. So I picked out the colors I thought would look most similar to the colors that she chose. I am going to put a picture here. So you let me know, like, do they look the same? And what can be tricky is that some of these shades are dual chrome and or multi-chrome. This one is one of the celestial, actually these 4 are the celestial shades. And so these do have a shift to them. Yeah, her look has a prominent blue in it, which this is a blue this way, but then it's not. So I'm going to do some layering. I didn't powder down because I am anticipating a lot of fallout, because I'm just not feeling like I'm in a careful mood because I'm exhausted and I'm in a lot of pain. But if there is a lot of fallout, I'll just put concealer, clean it up, and then we'll finish the face. And I will do a lot of editing because I feel like this is going to be a long ass video. I forgot to mention I do curse in my videos sometimes because I do curse in real life sometimes. So sorry for not saying that in the intro if you're new here, and I do apologize if that is offensive to you. And so we're going to jump into the look. I will tag Grace below, and if you click on that, it'll take you to her channel. I will put her collab video below. If you click on that, it will take you to her video for this collab. But either way you get to her, excuse me, internal hiccup, but not rude because you weren't loud. So that's acceptable. But either way you get to her, do check her out. She does a lot of battles. This palette looks like this palette. She'll do a look with one on one eye, one on the other eye. Do they look the same? She does a lot of why you don't need to buy, you know, all the new releases that come out every 35 minutes. And so she does a lot of comparisons, which is really good. So if you see a palette and you're thinking, I gotta have it, watch her video, because chances are you probably already have something very similar to it, if not almost an exact dupe of that palette. And she just does like a lot of content. Y'all think I do a lot? I be telling her, girl, you slow down. But she has some really great concepts. She has really great ideas for the videos that she does. This video is for her old school versus new school series. And so the old school is Pat McGrath, Subversive. This is Mothership number 3 because it's been around for a hot minute, and it's not limited edition. And so you can still get it. I would say wait for sale if you do want this. It's $128, I think now. Her sales though, you can get it for like 90 something. If you want it, and if not, just try to dupe out the colors. And the new school palette is the Glaminatrix one that she has, because that's a new one. So old school Pat versus new school Glaminatrix. So we're going to start Hourglass number 3. This is a dense shader brush, and we're going to go into, yes, I have notes. Today is May 24th, in case I forget. And also this is the 6th look that I'm doing with this palette. So we're going to go in with heavy metal, and you see it's like a shimmer type something. So I am anticipating fallout. Later on I will use a sponge tip applicator, and I kind of think I need to do that now. But we're gonna just press this on, and we are going to layer because her lid was blue. Here's a picture of her look. And there's not really a blue in here. The one that looks blue is a dual chrome. It's blue and purple. But we're going to try and see if we can get something similar. So if you are wanting this palette and you're not wanting to spend Pat prices, especially for the motherships, the Glaminatrix one would be a good choice for you. I do really like how that looks. Even though this has this one green, yellow, whatever, this is Gigabyte. This is a very unique shade. So even though this does have that green in there, the Glaminatrix one, if you remember from the slide that I showed you, that has a couple greens in it too. That is a grungy palette. It is up my alley. Glaminatrix uses pressed pigments, and so that's one of the brands that are off limits to me because I have allergic reactions to pressed pigments, the ingredients. And I have a video, I'll link it in the card up here if you want to see that video. It was overwhelming for me to do. It was a lot of information and just trying to keep everything straight and trying to say things in a way that made sense, because I know sometimes I speak troll and Ebonics mixed with English, and the information itself was overwhelming. I want to swipe, but I also know that that will enhance fallout. But let's just go for it because we're going to need a blend up here. And I'm going to edit out doing this on the other eye. This is a club look, and actually a club look. Like, yeah, girl, we're going to the club. Because you see how this is blending out to where it's almost looking reddish along that top edge. Put on some liner. Put something underneath lower lash line. This can be your look. Put something shimmer here if you want to. This can be your look. You can be done. You know what this is making me think of? I know when I'm sleepy, my brain fires in all different types of places, and I put it away to give away free with the Macari purchase. But that single shadow, it came in a little pot. I forget the brand, but it was a black and it looked like it had shimmer in it. That's what this is making me think of, and I kind of want to go get it. I'll be right back. This is what that shadow looks like. And the brand is Penelope? No, the shade is called Penelope. I don't know what the brand is. The brand is Ella Eden. It says it on here. Ella Eden, London. But doesn't this look like that would be that? So now I'm thinking, do I want to keep it for if I just want to shimmer black, even though I have quite a few blacks. Martine Cosmetics has 3 blacks, and one of them is a black with shimmer. But it doesn't show up real shimmery. But this right here, this can be your look. I'm really going to edit now because I am just too sleepy to censor myself, and I'm very chatty. We're going to take Extreme Black, this shade here. This is a angled shader brush. This is an ESA tripping T37, and we're going to put this on the outer corner. So just right here, just to take some of that shine down. We're going to take Deep Shade. I thought it was brown. Well, in a way it, right here, it looks brown, but then here it doesn't. Do you see what I'm seeing? So you see how it looks here and then here. This is a taper blending brush. My nose is tickling. I can feel fallout on my nose. This is Scott Barnes number 62. We're just going to tap straight in. And even here, like, what shade is this? So it's that shade, and then it's, oh, I can see my eyes in the mirror. Where am I? I am like so weird. There I am. Y'all, I'm telling you. Do y'all get this way? My mom used to say I would get punch drunk. Like when I get sleepy and then I just start, it's acting sillier than usual. Or how you just, or how you get, like as you get hyperactive, it's like your brain just goes haywire when you need to go to sleep. Do you guys get that way too? Oh, okay, I don't like how this came to a peak right there. So we're going to go in small circular motions just to try to make it look intentional. This deep shade is deep. This is going to make me want to use a brow bone shade to fix that, because this is not fixing. This side came out so much better. You see how this just goes straight over, and this is like peak, pink, peak. I needed that. Yeah, how it just like it points and then it comes down, where this just goes straight across. Okay, we'll just say this side is my practice eye. I need a nap. And the thing is, I couldn't sleep, so I'm like, let me just get up and do the video. I kept waking up because my body is hurting. And I kept changing positions and moving around, and finally I'm like, let me just get up because I was just getting really frustrated. We want to take a smaller, more dense blending brush, and this is an Esom V31, and we're going to go into Night Creature because her look had a red in it. It looked like in her transition, and there's not really a red in here. This is really pink, and this, but then it's orange. This is a dual chrome too. So we're going into this one, which is another shimmer shade. So you see how it looks this way, this shade, and then this way it looks like that. So we're using a smaller transition brush, and we're going to put this on the line to hopefully just have a peak of red. Did that show up? We're going to take a really dense, short, domed brush, and this is it's not bending, Blend Bunny B3 brush, and we're going to go into Ghost Orchid, Astral Ghost Orchid. You're probably like, girl, why are you doing this video? Astral Ghost Orchid, and this is a dual chrome as well, but it's not showing up here, but we'll see what it looks like when I put it on, because it looks like she had a pink in her corner, and as you see, it is showing up a little pink. And I could have put VR pink, but this shifts orange. You see this? Like an orange gold, and then it's pink, so I didn't want to use that one. So that's what can make the Motherships tricky. And back in the day when I tried to dupe a look I did with Motherships with other stuff, I just couldn't get it because of the celestial shade. But these days, with all of the different indie brands and the multi-chromes and dual chromes, some of the Pat McGrath shades, like, you really can dupe them out. But years ago, when each Mothership first came out, well, particularly, well, this is number 3, So particularly like the first 6, at the time when they came out, they were not dupable. But now some of the shades actually really are. And of course some of the mattes are, like the browns and the blacks, and of course the taupes and the mauves and the colors I don't really like. Well, not that I don't like, but that I don't prefer. Those are dupable. And even within Pat's Motherships, Divine Rose 8, or was it 7? 7, 8, and then Utopian Dream. To me, they all look the same. And some are like, well, this one is more warm tone, this one's more cool tone. But to me, to my eye, they look the same. So that's there. And I'm missing shadow here. And so I'm going to go back to the brush that we used for that shade. And we're just going to overlap. And hopefully there's still something in the brush. Yeah, just to, how you see this blank space right here. Just hoping there's enough in the brush to just fill in the gap without adding, oh yeah, without adding more shadow onto the brush. We're going to take this shade here, Blitz Amethyst. So whatever, why does it look like it's chewed up? So this here, because it looked like she had a blue on the lid, and so we're going to try to get that. We're using a sponge tip applicator. I do not dare at this point with all this shadow on my lid to use a brush. So this is what it looks, ooh. So you see how it's that purplish and then this blue. So we're going to put this on the lid, and this is dangerous. This is fallout dangerous because I already have a shimmer on the lid. I didn't tap off this time. This, oh, this is pretty. Oh, this is pretty. Wow, 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 wow. Why my aunt just texted me? I just saw it come through. She texted me the other morning, because when I checked it, it's, you know, it says it was like 10:30 or something like that. And, you know, she was just checking on me, just checking on you, niece, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And so by the time I texted her back, it was like, you know, midnight. And so I text her and I'm like, oh, how you doing? Love you. And she just texted me just now, and I saw it come through saying, call me when you get up. After this video, I'm washing my face and I'm laying back down. And she knows my sleep cycle, so I don't know. The brush that had the lid shade on it. So we're just sweeping this over. This is a nice look. Thank you, Grace, for this collab. I really do enjoy the motherships, and I realized today I need to just stick to the motherships, the 10-pan motherships, because the 6-pan, this is, I'm filming this the day after my Velvet Liaison 6-pan mothership video aired, and I had an allergic reaction to some of those shadows, and only a few people that I've seen or read in comments will say those palettes are not the same formula as the 10-pan motherships, and neither is the mega motherships. And I know for sure, because I have reactions to some of them shadows in those palettes. I do not have any reactions to any shadows in any of the motherships that I have, the 10-pan motherships that I have. So people can say it's the same formula if they want to. My eyelids say different, and I'm gonna trust my lids. And so I'm not liking this area right here. And so my determination is I'm gonna get a clean brush. Yeah, that's my determination. I'm gonna get a fluffy brush actually, because I need to do something here. So we're gonna take this, again, dangerous using a fluffy brush, because this is a metallic. This is Esom V33, and we're gonna just tap right here, because there's, like, this just isn't looking right to me. Yeah, people will say it's the same formula. It is not. And it makes me wonder, like, what are they feeling when they're applying these shades that it feels the same? Because even to me, they don't feel the same. The mattes feel more dry. They're more hard pressed. The shimmers are nice, though. And the Mega Mothership, like Celestial Divinity, and the one that came out a couple years ago. But it's more fallout. They seem to be more, I don't want to say powdery, but it's just more fallout. The texture is just different. And the mattes, as I said, to me always seem like more hard pressed. And so I don't know what they're feeling. And I will say, like, my lids are sensitive. And so, you know, I'm just guessing I'm just feeling stuff that they're not. Yeah, so I'm gonna just have to stick to the Mothership. So hopefully she'll come out with more stuff like the first Subliminal #1, Sublime #2. This is #3. Decadence, I'm on the fence, even though it is one of my favorites. And I do get dark looks out of that. Mothership 6, Midnight Sun. So I'm hoping she does more of those type Motherships. But it seems like since she went down that pink Mauvey road, that's kind of like where she lives now. And I, excuse me, don't like it. So y'all just stick to the Motherships, the 10-pan ones, because I know that's what works for me. And that's why in my collection, I only have like so few brands, because they're what works for me unless they change the formula. I am hella excited for the new Nomad release because it is all eyeshadows. And Felicia is so sweet. She had, I don't know if, I think I commented under like one of the clues that they post on Instagram when they have a new release coming up, where they give a certain amount free to people who guess correctly, like the different clues that they get. And I think they do a total of 4. And if someone guesses correctly, I forget how many people they pick, but they get a free palette. The new release free palette. And so I think it was one of my comments under one of the videos, and of course I don't guess it because I know I'm going to receive it in PR. And she commented back, this one was for me, it's all shadows. And I was just like, and I know it's not all just for me, like the palette is not just made for me. I know it's made for all of us. But to just know that she takes into consideration and she thinks about little troll here can't wear pressed pigments, and to be like, this palette is for you, you can use all the shadows. Like, I'm just like, she's just so considerate. And again, I know it wasn't made just for me, but to know that it's even a thought in her mind that this palette anybody can wear, versus okay, some people won't be able to wear it. And so I don't know who else on PR has sensitive lips like me. I may be the only one, but it is just exciting, and it's good to know that you're thought about, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a shade written down for lower lash line. This is a very short, very stubby smudger brush, and this is a Makeup Forever #210. So we're just going to take Lazarus, this shade here, and this is just, I think it's a satin, because it's not shimmery like these are, and we're just going to put this on lower lash line. It's definitely not a matte though, and so I think I was going to use a different shade, which is why I chose this stubby brush, because this is good for just pressing and wiggling in, which helps not get fallout. But this not being a fallout shade, I didn't need to use this brush. I could use a different one, so that's why I'm wondering, like, what was I going to put under here? I don't know. The brush we used, this brush that we used for transition with this shade, and we're not adding shadow, but we're just going to just buff it underneath. We're going to take this Blend Bunny brush. This one to me is shaped funny because I keep wanting to say it's domed, but it looks square in a way. This is a B2, so I'll just say a liner brush. And we're going to take this shade here, which is Skin Show Fever. This is another satin. And we're going to put this under our brow bone because I'm still not quite liking how this is looking. And this shade, I keep forgetting how vibrant these are. And so I need to make it a point to get a straight line under my brow, because when I don't, it's noticeable. And then it's not fixable unless I put a deeper shade on top of it. So I think, well, I'm hoping this helps to fix this area right here that had the peak, and it is. So that's okay. Let me leave it alone now. And so that is that. This is the look as far as the shadow, and I need to remember where I put everything. She had on black liner, so we're going to use this Fenty Fly Liner, and the shade is called Cause I'm Black, and this will be the last time I'll use this one because I haven't used it in a long time. I don't know how old it is, but I got fallout everywhere. We're going to fix that. And so I don't know if it's still good. I've been using the gel liners a lot, particularly the different color ones, which I am loving. And I remember saying in one of my videos, probably a couple of them, am I ever going to go back to just using just a black liner? and also black mascara, because I've been having so much fun with the MAC Stack mascaras, the different colors that they have. And so after using those, the different color liners, this is looking very boring to me now. Then if I would have put like Contemplative State, or even if we use Slate, which is that deep blue from Melt, I think that would look really nice. And it does show up almost like a black, which is really cool, because you can tell it's not black, but it's like, okay, what color is it? Like, it's not black, but what is it? And so it's just a nice alternative. And this is going on still really nicely still. So you know what? I'm going to hold on to it a little while longer, because I do still think it's okay. It's going on fine. It's not tugging. It's not pulling. It's not dry at all. And as of right now, my eyes aren't tearing or, well, burning or anything. We're going to take this brush. No, we're not. We're going to take a fluffy brush. This is a Scott Barnes fan brush, number 66. Very flimsy. I like it for loose powders for all over my face. I'm just trying to get off what I can before I add more foundation to cover up this fallout. It is everywhere. And so we are going to take some more of the foundation. I am liking this look. I don't think it looks like Grace. That red did not show up like hers, but I am really digging this look. Okay, something is not right. I'm saying I'm digging it, and then I'm like, wait, no. Something right here is not looking right. You know what? I'm going to just leave it. And you guys are like, what is she looking at? I don't see anything. I am my worst critic. Somebody told me, I'm looking at the comments under the Pat McGrath Velvet Liaison video, that I was being too hard on myself. And I know I am critical. I even got fallout on my nose. And I do know I am critical of myself. And I know, you know, I'm in my face and I'm really looking at, you know, what I like and what I don't. And so I really appreciated that comment, because I see things, I see dead people. I see things that I think other people don't always see. And because you just look at a look, you look at the whole picture. And when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I think this is perfectly rounded and blended. This side came to a peak, which I was able to fix. But comparing how, like this side, again, to me, this is perfectly rounded and blended. And like this side, it's like a little gap right here in the blending. And so I do thank you. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say thank you, because that comment reminded me to just stop nitpicking, because I do really like the look, and looking at it to pick it apart, which if this was somebody else's face, sometimes people do ask me to do their makeup and I'm so nervous to do it, because I'm like, I could do mine. And the makeup I do on people, they do really like the looks. And I think that's part, this is the brush we used for black metal, for the transition area, because I got some of the foundation right here. And this is being critical too, because actually it looks fine. And so, you know what, I'm gonna just leave it. So I'm going to, I promise you, I forget, and I apologize who commented that, but I promise you that I will try to stop being so critical. And that really did great, adding more of the foundation. I do not have on concealer. I'm not going to put on concealer. That really did good cleaning up the fallout. So I'm glad I didn't powder down. So thank you for that comment. And I am seriously promising to stop being so critical. And so you guys' comments like really do seriously help me. And I thank you for your comments. Because sometimes I'm like, this ain't it. And y'all be like, girl, it's fine. But y'all don't say it like that. But I appreciate it. I do. And it does help me to start looking at things a little different. Like, just be like, it's a good look. I would change this or that, but it's fine. We're going to leave it. You know what I mean? And not just be so hard on myself. So we're going to take the Lancome Sills Boost Mascara Primer, MAC Stack Mascara. This is the one in black, and it's actually called black. We're going to put these on, and then we're going to come back. we're going to wipe off some chapstick, and I'm going to do a lip combination. Shout out to Jazz, she who hits pan on Instagram. I will link her Instagram below. She does amazing looks. She's hard on herself too, because she does a lot of commentary under her Instagram posts, and she'll say like, you know, I didn't like this, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, her and I chat quite a bit too. So shout out to her because she's freaking awesome. She does amazing looks. We were talking about lippies. She said that, and I did send her a caviar. This is MAC's Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color in Caviar. It's black, of course. One of my favorite lippies is a black lip. And she was saying how she duped the Nema Tang, her dark brown lipstick, using caviar. And she said in the Makeup Forever that I sent her, she couldn't remember the name of it, and I asked her, was it Bear? This shade is called Bear. I sent one to Tanya too, and she likes it, which is awesome. So I'm going to do this combo to see if it does dupe the Nema Tang lipstick. I think hers turned, I'm not sure. So forgive me if I am misquoting what she said. So, but this is the Nema Tang, and we're going to do swatches on the back of our hand afterwards. But I'm going to put on caviar, and I'll go ahead and do the swatches, and then I'll put this on. I'm going to do the swatches in between to give this time to dry down before we put this on top of it, and then we'll come back. Okay, let's talk about it. Oh, this lip is fucking bomb. Y'all know I love a dark lip. I did leave an outline of the black because to me it just makes it look vampy. So we put on the MAC's Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color in Caviar, and on top of it we put on the Makeup Forever Artist Nude Cream. This is a liquid lipstick also, and this shade is in Bear. I think I'm gonna throw this away because I overscrewed it, or I turned it the wrong way. You see this piece? This is supposed to be in the cap. And I can't, and I keep turning it, trying to get it to go back up in the cap. And so my concern is that after a while it's going to start to leak because it's not closing properly. And so really it's just pulling the cap up now. It just comes out because I overturned it. Yeah, so anyway, and it's okay. I got this from Boxy Shop when it was still BoxyCharm or whatever, so it was very inexpensive, and that's how I ended up with 3 of them, which is why I was like, oh, I ended up sending one to Tanya and one to Jazz. But this is a lovely color. So this is what we did. And for comparison, this is the Sephora Nightbird. So if you don't want to spend matte prices and you want a black Nightbird from Sephora, they're $15. Sometimes Sephora collection stuff goes on sale 30% off, so this is like $10 and some change. However, MAC's website also sometimes have 30% off, and so you can get this for fairly cheap as well. And to me, this is looking like it has a deep green base to it, so I'm having, you know, my color perception thing here. So when I turn it this way, I'm seeing like a hint of green in it, where this to me still just looks black, like a black. But on the lips, it is black on me. So let me know if you're seeing green. This right here is, oh shit. This is the Makeup Forever Bear. Is it? Damn it. Fuck. This is the Nema Tang Liquid Lip Color in Chocolate Wasted. I'm doing this because I need to figure out which color this is. So I'm just going to draw a line across the top. That looks like none of them. And I know I swatched it. What did I do? All right, I layered it. Excuse me if you heard that. So this is the Nema Tang. The Nema Tang. Oh, Chocolate Wasted. So what did I do? Maybe it has to dry down. I know I swatched it. Am I tripping? But anyway, this is the Makeup Forever. Somebody help me. This is the Makeup Forever Bear. This is MAC's Caviar in black. This is MAC's Caviar with Makeup Forever Bear on top. So what is this? Because that don't look like this at all. Let me swatch this again. Did I swatch the wrong? I know I swatched it. we're going to do another swatch, a thicker one, and we're going to layer this. I am really like tripping, like what the heck did I do? Because I could have sworn I swatched it because I wanted to see, was it a dupe? And then I was thinking maybe she meant she found a dupe for the Nima Tang with just the Makeup Forever and Bare. Maybe that's what she was saying. Yeah, because this, oh, shit. Because this is not, and this is the Makeup Forever too. This is not this shade. So if that's what she was saying, number one, I was really just confused. But that's not a dupe for that, because this is more red, this is more brown. And I do like chocolate wasted. So Sephora Collection Nightbird, Max Caviar, Makeup Forever and Bare, Makeup Forever Bare over Caviar, which does make it deeper. Look at my lips. Oh my god. Oh. And this is a Nima Tang Chocolate Wasted, but you can only get it in a set. And I did purchase it when there was a 30% off sale, because I only wanted the lipstick and the gloss. I didn't want the lip liner, and I didn't want the bullet lipstick. So those are those swatches. I know this video is all over the place. I do a lot of stuff in my videos. One thing I'll say about Grace is whatever her video is about, that's what the video is about. She gets in, she gets out, me, I just babble. So if you like more direct, succinct content, and also comparisons and old school versus new school, and why you do not need to buy, you know, whatever the newest thing is that's coming out, she is a great channel to watch. This, I need to do this again so I can wear this somewhere. So I'm feeling like I just wasted a look, but it's never a waste because it's for a collab and it came out bomb. Thank you again. I'm gonna look it up and put the name over here who commented to not be hard on myself, and that did really help me. And again, I do promise to try to remember not to be too hard on myself. But this, I'm really digging it. Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything about this right here, but I'm gonna definitely do this look again. Again, this is my look number 6 with the Subversive palette, and this was done as a collab with Gel Beauty 87, aka Grace. She used the Glaminatrix palette, so I'm hoping it was helpful to you. I'm hoping you guys are able to see if there are dupes between the two palettes, and if not, I don't know what to tell you. But that'll be it for this video, and I know this was hella long. Thank you for being here. Make sure you check out her channel. Comments always welcome. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, well, go ahead and click glow ahead. Glow? How? Okay. Go ahead and go ahead and click the subscribe button if you've made it this far and you're not subscribed already. And also, if you're still here, oh my gosh, girl. Go ahead and click the like button. And I'm leaving all this in because this is me. Like yeah. Go ahead and click the like button. Again, comments always welcome. Share this video with those of you who you think will be entertained, or even, or I should say, and or if someone you know is like, I'm not going to do videos, you know, blah, blah, blah. Be like, look, if Troll can do videos, you can do videos. So this is a perfect one with all of my bloopers that I'm leaving in the video. And then I just laugh at myself, like, yeah. So share out my videos. If you do videos, you know, feel free to share my videos here on YouTube. If you're on Reddit, share my videos, Twitter, whatever. And so, yeah, and it is very much appreciated. And I'm going to go because I need to do something else besides sit here and speak gibberish, troll, and ebonics. Thank you for being here, as always. Self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. And you will see me in the next video.